the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset.
I remember I had the ball with about 2 minutes left. Been there 1,000 times. Get a touchdown, and you're going to make the playoffs.
They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
I'm getting the yards that I need. Things are going well. Seems like scoring is inevitable.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
So I got the touchdown, but I remember looking up at the clock and seeing 39 seconds to go.
28. He's back to throw. Got is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly.
Season 29 was literally a year where the Colts fell 1 yard short.
Ball game. And the kick is good.
So I got Madden when I was around 9, 10 years old. My brother brought home an Xbox copy. It was Madden 2006. Donovan McNabb was on the cover, and I remember our first game we played. I was the Seahawks, and I think he was the Colts or the Steelers or something like that. And we played in Canton, Ohio at the NFL Hall of Fame Stadium, and I had no clue what I was doing. Absolutely no clue. And I remember it was like the fourth quarter, there was like 15 seconds left, and I was down by like 35 points. And I remember it was fourth down, fourth and long, it was like fourth and 30, and why not? You might as well go for it at that point. And I remember I didn't know what I was calling, so I called a quarterback spike. So I remember I pressed the play, dropped back, he just threw it in the ground, and then he got the ball at like the 5-yard line. That's probably my earliest Madden memory. And after that, Madden 07 came out, Sean Alexander was on the cover. I got that for GameCube, and then a little foggy here, but Wii came out. He had it on Xbox 360. And I remember playing on the Wii, and the Wii's graphics were not fun. You'd have to like throw the little thing and press the button on the control pad. Internet was a little laggy on there at that point, and Field had it on Xbox 360, and I'd watch him play. So I upgraded to PS3, and along the way we would just play offline franchise because we had never heard of online franchise before. And then we'd play in these tournaments as well. GameStop, I remember, we had this big GameStop tournament. And this was when Madden was a big deal. At that point, I feel like Madden was just kind of like on his downfall. Toward it is now, like if you walk in on midnight release where I'm from, Madden does not have a lot of people, maybe 2 people max. At that point, there was like 25, 30 people. People had their camcorders out, they had their digital cameras, they're taking pictures. We had like 28 people. It was a big Madden tournament. They had Doritos, they had these really nasty hot dogs. They had Mr. Pibb Pop, and we both made it to the championship. He beat me, and I remember he had a copy ready somehow, and so I got the 20th anniversary Madden 2009, and it came with Head Coach 09 and Madden 09 with Brett Favre on the cover. That was when Brett Favre was on the Jets, but he was a Packer on the cover because they thought he was retired. So I got into Connected Franchise a few years after that. I was playing a lot of just lobby games. I got a little into MUT the first year it came out, but then it became kind of a pay-to-play thing, so I stopped that. And then I was just Googling online franchises, and I found one, and the Colts just so happened to be open. So I immediately fell in love. It was by a chance, because there's no way I would have been able to stick with a team that wasn't the Colts. And I did well. I dominated my way through. Field, actually, he sold his Xbox and got a PS3 just to join that league. So he joins that league. He's doing well. I think he was the Browns or something, maybe the Bears. We played there for about a year, and then it didn't work out in that league. We both left that league, and there was this hiatus until around 2016. So in March of 2016, Madden 16 is already towards the end of its life cycle. Not a good time to create a Madden league. Not a good time at all. But hey, we decided to create the Sim Madden League, the SML. It was a very ragtag league. We just sent out a bunch of invites. Very, very, I'm surprised it was still there because it was built on a crumbling foundation. We were sinking in mud before we even started, but somehow we built it. We continued to build it. And now we're on Madden 20. We've been in existence for about 5 Maddens. We got the primer started up, and that's been continuing to grow as well. And along the way, we've had a lot of hiccups, right? So I remember we started Madden 16. There's been some good guys along the way. I remember Mr. Witness was our first Super Bowl winner, right? He got the first Simbardi. We didn't give trophies out at the time, and I played some tough teams along the way. I mean, some legendary moments. I played Lawyer Killer. He's still in the league today. We had some Super Bowl clashes. I've had W.L. Jones. He's no longer in the league. That was probably my greatest rivalry because we went back and forth. We both beat each other in a few Super Bowls. I played Field in a few Super Bowls. Had some epic playoff clashes with Future Empire. These are all great guys, all great competitors, and they've helped shape the SML in one way or the other. So now here into season 30, we've got some new fresh talent. We've got Paulie. Paulie's this energetic guy who's he's got his opinions on women, and he's crazy. Paulie's a crazy guy, and he adds a flair to the league. And then you've got Sunday Squad, who just won a Super Bowl, and he's only been in the league for a year. He's been in the Primer. He's won a Primer Super Bowl and a Simbardi now, so he's the first guy to win both. First guy to have a Simbardi trophy and a Primer, whatever you want to call a Primer trophy. And so you got this fresh blood, and here I am now, 15-time champion, the GOAT, and I just missed the playoffs. I'm sitting here 9-7. I lost my last game of the season, literally 1 yard short. So here we are. Kind of brings me back to when I first started playing Madden, when it was like, okay, I have no clue where I'm at. These guys, I was getting blown out online, like I said, just blown out in these lobby games. So we got some fresh talent, we got some fresh guys, and it makes me think like, okay, it's time to take every game serious. Every game is a playoff game. So heading into season 30, that's the goal. Every game is a playoff game, and it starts week 1 in the regular season. I think I've had a strong off season. I've got 3 first-round draft picks on my team, and the sky is the limit. But that's the goal of season 30 in this documentary series of Waking Up the Echoes, is we're going to look at the past, we're going to look at the present, and we're going to look at the future. And the goal is to win Title 16 this year, and we're going to just have to wake up the Echoes to do it. So let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be exciting. And I just want to document the season along the way, win, lose, or tie. So that's what I got.